The concept of awareness is more powerful than it may initially seem. Awareness is the foundation of self-understanding and personal growth, allowing us to make conscious choices rather than living on autopilot. Without awareness, we react automatically, shaped by habits, emotions, and unconscious beliefs that have been ingrained over time. However, when we practice awareness, we learn to observe ourselves, our thoughts, emotions, and actions, allowing us to understand why we feel, think, and act in certain ways. This deeper understanding gives us the power to reshape our experiences and outcomes. Being aware means stepping out of the mind's constant stream of thoughts and observing them objectively. For most people, thoughts are constantly swirling, and often they are repetitive, reactive, or unproductive. However, when we bring awareness to these thoughts, we start to see patterns. We may notice that we tend to assume the worst in unfamiliar situations, or that we often feel tense without realizing why. Awareness helps us see these tendencies and question their source. It could be that certain past experiences, fears, or insecurities are driving these thought patterns. With awareness, we gain the power to question these patterns, ask ourselves if they are serving us, and ultimately choose to think differently. Similarly, awareness extends beyond thoughts to emotions. Emotions are powerful forces that shape our lives, and yet they often remain unexamined. Many people carry emotional responses that have developed from past experiences and may not serve their current lives. By becoming aware of these emotional patterns, we can recognize when they arise and what triggers them. For instance, someone may notice that they feel defensive in conversations about certain topics. By bringing awareness to this response, they can explore why this reaction occurs and whether it's truly necessary or beneficial. Through this process, they may realize that they are responding based on past hurts or misunderstandings. With awareness, they can start letting go of unhelpful reactions, replacing them with responses that align with who they want to be now. Awareness also plays a crucial role in understanding our habits. Habits often operate without much conscious input. They are automatic responses we perform without thinking. By bringing awareness to our habits, we can evaluate which ones are helpful and which may hinder our growth. We may recognize, for example, that a habit of procrastination stems from fear of failure, or that overeating is a response to stress. Awareness provides the insight needed to understand why these habits exist, which empowers us to make changes that improve our lives. Instead of feeling controlled by these habits, we can choose new, intentional actions that better serve our goals and well-being. At the heart of awareness is mindfulness, a practice that teaches us to be fully present in the moment. Mindfulness allows us to engage with life directly, experiencing it as it is without judgment or distraction. When we are mindful, we become deeply aware of our surroundings, our bodies, and our inner states. We start noticing things we may have previously ignored, such as subtle tensions in our bodies, the way certain words affect us, or even the beauty of everyday sights and sounds. By practicing mindfulness regularly, we strengthen our ability to stay present and aware, making it easier to catch ourselves when we fall into old patterns or reactions. Cultivating awareness requires patience and practice, but the rewards are transformative. The more we practice awareness, the more we understand ourselves. This self-understanding enables us to respond to life intentionally rather than reacting impulsively. For example, when faced with a challenge, an aware person may feel fear but choose to face it anyway, knowing that the fear is just one part of their experience rather than the defining force. In contrast, someone lacking awareness might simply react, allowing fear to dictate their actions. Awareness brings us closer to who we truly are and to what truly matters. It allows us to experience life more fully and with greater clarity. With awareness, we can appreciate the richness of each moment, connect deeply with others, and find peace in ourselves. Awareness is not about eliminating negative thoughts or emotions, but about understanding them and choosing how to engage with them. This self-awareness is a profound strength that empowers us to lead lives of purpose, authenticity, and resilience. Building positive mental habits is one of the most effective ways to transform our lives, as our mindset shapes how we perceive, react to, and navigate the world. Just as physical habits improve our physical health, mental habits enhance our emotional and psychological well-being, making us more resilient, optimistic, and capable of handling challenges. Developing positive mental habits requires conscious effort, patience, and practice, but the rewards are well worth it. These habits gradually rewire the brain to focus on constructive thoughts, empowering us to live with greater confidence and fulfillment. One of the key principles in building positive mental habits is the practice of gratitude. By actively choosing to recognize and appreciate the good things in our lives, we shift our focus from scarcity or negativity to abundance and possibility. Practicing gratitude doesn't mean ignoring difficulties. Rather, it means training ourselves to notice what is working well despite those challenges. By incorporating a daily gratitude practice, whether by writing down things we're grateful for or reflecting on them in our minds, we begin to cultivate a mindset that naturally seeks out the positives in our environment and experiences. Over time, gratitude becomes a habit that brings us more peace and satisfaction in daily life. Another essential habit to cultivate is positive self-talk. Many of us have internal dialogues that are harsh, critical, or judgmental. We may focus on our perceived flaws, constantly replay mistakes, or dwell on what we believe we can't achieve. By noticing and intentionally replacing these negative thoughts with kinder, more supportive ones, we reframe how we see ourselves and our abilities. For instance, instead of thinking, "I'm not good enough," we can choose to think, "I'm learning and growing each day." This shift is powerful because our self-talk directly influences our actions. When we believe in our potential, we're more likely to take constructive risks, embrace challenges, and persevere in the face of obstacles. Visualization is another effective mental habit to build. This involves mentally rehearsing positive outcomes or vividly imagining ourselves achieving our goals. Visualization primes the mind to focus on success rather than fear of failure, and research shows that the brain often interprets these visualized scenarios as if they were real. By practicing visualization, we boost our motivation and confidence, making it easier to stay committed to our goals. Visualizing success helps us create a blueprint for how we want to feel and what we want to accomplish, making it easier to navigate challenges because we've mentally prepared ourselves for success. Another important mental habit is mindfulness. Mindfulness trains us to be present in the current moment, observing our thoughts and emotions without judgment. Practicing mindfulness allows us to notice unproductive patterns or habits before they can escalate. For example, when faced with a stressful situation, someone who has developed mindfulness may recognize their rising anxiety and choose to take a few deep breaths rather than react impulsively. This habit helps reduce stress and create space between an emotion and a reaction, allowing for more thoughtful responses. As we practice mindfulness consistently, it becomes a mental habit that allows us to maintain calm and clarity even in challenging situations. Building a habit of resilience is also crucial. Resilience is the mental habit of bouncing back from setbacks or adapting to difficult circumstances. Rather than seeing challenges as roadblocks, a resilient mindset views them as opportunities to learn and grow. Developing resilience involves accepting that setbacks are part of any journey and that they do not define our potential. Instead of dwelling on failure, resilient individuals ask themselves what they can learn from the experience and how they can improve moving forward. Over time, this habit fosters a mindset that remains strong in the face of adversity, enabling us to achieve long-term success and satisfaction. Lastly, setting and celebrating small achievements is a helpful mental habit that keeps us motivated and encouraged. Often, we set ambitious goals, but it's easy to become discouraged when progress feels slow or challenging. By setting smaller milestones, we create a sense of accomplishment that keeps us moving forward. Each small success reinforces the belief that we're capable, building confidence and motivation for future efforts. Additionally, celebrating these wins helps us associate positivity with the habit of pursuing goals, making it more likely that we'll stay on track. Building positive mental habits doesn't happen overnight. It requires time, effort, and consistency. But by practicing gratitude, positive self-talk, visualization, mindfulness, resilience, and celebrating achievements, we can shift our mindset to one that supports growth, happiness, and fulfillment. Over time, these habits become second nature, guiding us to navigate life with greater confidence, compassion, and optimism. They empower us to respond to challenges with grace and to see possibilities where others may see limitations, enabling us to lead lives that are not only successful but also deeply satisfying and meaningful. Building positive mental habits is a transformative journey that reshapes how we experience and interact with the world. By practicing gratitude, positive self-talk, visualization, mindfulness, resilience, and celebrating small achievements, we create a mindset that supports our growth, resilience, and well-being. These habits empower us to handle challenges more effectively, approach life with optimism, and foster a deep sense of inner peace and satisfaction. Although the process takes time and dedication, the rewards are immense. As these habits become a natural part of who we are, we unlock our true potential, cultivating a fulfilling life guided by confidence, compassion, and purpose.